welcome to your full moon reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Aries, sun, moon, and rising positions for the full moon in Cancer happening on January the 13th. Okay, Aries, your pre-shuffle was very interesting. So it really feels like it's fitting with the idea of letting things go in this full moon energy. So let's get started for Aries here. Yeah, Six of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups coming out in reverse to start the reading with justice. Yeah, it's about establishing balance for you, Aries. Your energy is trying to establish balance here in a way that feels like you're sort of looking for that equal give and take, and seeing the Ten of Cups in reverse makes me wonder if there are certain relationships in your life that you're currently having a look at to see, is this relationship in balance? Are things equal? Am I feeling like there is this accountability in the relationships that I'm holding quite closely? And how are sort of how is the energy feeling within, and how are the dynamics in the relationship reflecting that energy back? Let's see what the obstacle or challenge. Oh, another two. Yeah, Six of Cups. They're just like in the pre-shuffle with the Ace of Pentacles. We might be seeing here sort of this message that says, I can't let sentimentality dictate what opportunities I'm going to sort of move forward with, especially in relationships. And, it's interesting. Six of Wands on the bottom. You've got the Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Like it feels like you're really creating something here, Aries, that could be a new opportunity, but it might be feeling like those new opportunities are challenged because of old patterns, old ways of sort of looking at relationships. And there may even be certain relationships, like we saw with the Ten of Cups in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, this idea that there may be some relationships that we have history with that just don't feel like they are allowing us to really feel the full potential of connections that are balanced. And, with the Six of Wands, it's interesting. It's like there's no need for external validation here. You're sort of trusting yourself without needing to feel like you're getting confirmation or validation from any other source on the path you're moving towards, the relationships that you sort of feel like you can't go back to those kind of relationships. There may really be a letting go that's happening for you, Aries, where you're moving on. You're moving on and moving away from things that feel like they're just not meeting. They're not meeting you where you're at, is sort of how it feels. Rising to the top is the Strength card in reverse. So this is likely going to require some courage and some, that idea of the Six of Wands, this inner confirmation that you're going to have to trust yourself. And there may not be anyone who's going to see things exactly how you see them, but only you know what really feels fulfilling to you. Nine of Cups in reverse makes me feel like you're not only trusting yourself or needing to have that sort of inner strength and courage to really go with what you feel is right, but there may not be any shortcuts here. Sometimes the Nine of Cups gives me this feeling that says, if something is temporarily good, that's not good enough. It needs to be something that feels more along the lines of aligned with the true you, that one or two nights of fun, it just feels like you're not interested in that right now, Aries. You're looking for the real deal in relationships. And this could certainly be a message to apply to anyone who is, seeking out an intimate or romantic connection. But it also sort of feels like anything that's out of balance isn't serving you moving forward. And you're ready to release those things. What's at the root is this, Two of Pentacles, where it feels like you're you're reprioritizing what's in front of you. You're having a look to see what should be the priority right now. And it's interesting to see the Ace of Pentacles as one of the challenge cards, because it feels like you really do want to just focus on taking the lead, Emperor energy here, on the things that matter to you the most, Aries. And this is your card. This is Aries energy. So what's really coming through here for you is this idea that I've got to trust myself. I've got to take the lead on the things that feel like they're serving me, and that I can show up authentic and true in a connection that's either intimate and romantic. It could be friendships. It could be just where you choose to invest yourself and where you choose not to invest yourself anymore. And so it's really interesting to see that. Let's have a little peek at the past here, Aries. Yeah, Lover's card. So you've really been examining. It's funny, I was just talking about more intimate sort of relationships, people that we choose to be standing next to here. And Page of Cups in reverse. So, Page of Cups in reverse can often feel like, did I overlook something? Am I making choices that feel like they are the ones that feel right to me? Or have I overlooked something that may have been trying to show me where there are relationships that I feel really authentic and there's a complementary energy, and where there may have been indications of that being, out of balance in some ways? Going from the Lovers in the recent past to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse, with this energy here of these sixes, just feels like you're establishing a new foundation. And there may have been some significant indications that you were feeling that were showing you that I do really need to look at things and reprioritize where I'm investing myself. Where am I needing to sort of focus more on myself? Where am I needing to examine the balance of give and take in relationships? And where do I feel my most authentic expression with others? In the upcoming energy, we've got a whole bunch here. We've got the High Priestess coming out with the Hermit and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So there really might be a new foundation that you're establishing here by looking at the bigger picture and trusting what you're feeling within, trusting your intuition, trusting even energies around you that may sort of present themselves in one way, but you're starting to just not feel aligned with that anymore. Seeing the High Priestess with the Hermit makes me feel like you've been reflecting, Aries. You've been, or you will be. This is upcoming energy. And, Queen of Pentacles on the bottom, it's like you're looking after your time, your energy, your resources. You're looking after yourself in a way that says certain things may not be, in alignment with the path you're moving on. Three of Pentacles in reverse can really feel like, am I surrounded by the right collaborators? Am I collaborating consciously and mindfully with others in a way that feels like it's promoting something that's building a self foundation? It's like that really matters right now. And it's interesting to see the Lovers in the recent past, because I wonder if the priority for you up until this point has been more about establishing relationships with others. And now it feels like you're changing that and you're wanting to really feel that stability and security within, and using that as an indication of how to build the foundation for the relationships you choose to focus on moving forward, where you really want to invest yourself. Star card in reverse for the inner shift. With the World card in reverse, you're integrating throughout this full moon right now, Aries. You're integrating, you're processing, you're reflecting. It feels like you're establishing some new intentions with the Star card, and that you yourself may have experienced sort of like a personal evolution where the same things that may have served you at one point no longer feel like they're in alignment with you. And, in this full moon energy, full moon in Cancer is going to be highly focused on the emotions. And there may be some things within that are shifting, that are going to cause outer shifts, especially what appears here, and it's going to really affect where you feel drawn to others, and where in the foundation, you may be examining things from a different perspective to see what really serves my highest good, and what am I trying to really create balance around for myself. Very, very interesting. A lot of court cards, or not court cards, excuse me, a lot of major arcana cards. As I say that, there's Mr. King of Cups coming through, a court card. But lots of major arcana cards in your reading so far, really demonstrating that this turning point that you seem to be moving towards is one that's going to teach you quite a bit about yourself. And, the inner shift creates the outer shift. And seeing the Five of Pentacles in reverse tells me that there is a turning point here where you may no longer be focusing on this idea of, I need to keep these people in my life because I don't want to lose them, even though I'm not feeling authentic. It's almost like there's this acute moment of reprioritization that says, I'd rather experience the short-term disappointment of, releasing certain relationships than the more long-lasting disappointment that comes from abandoning the self. And this Five of Pentacles makes me feel like you're no longer focused on lack and losses and this idea of feeling like I don't want to be the one left out in the cold. And the King of Cups with that, as the outer shift, feels like you're starting to master something in your emotions that's not so focused on the potential of losses, but this idea that says, even if there are perceived losses, I know it's going to serve my highest good to reprioritize my relationships. So, interesting. It's like, even if instead of what if. The idea of allowing others, and relationships and circumstances and experience that don't serve you to go, rather than abandoning yourself to feel like you still have a hold on something here, Ooh. Empress energy coming out for hopes and fears with the Four of Wands. Like, you're really tuning into what feels like your abundance, your prosperity, your authenticity. Your inner world is shifting here, Aries, and it really feels like as that inner world is shifting, we saw the Emperor earlier, you're going to start taking different actions. Your sense of motivation might change. Your sense of what should be a priority for you is changing here in the light of this full moon. What a wonderful time to be setting intentions for what you want to create, as you're also setting sort of these new parameters around what no longer serves you that you're ready to release. So it's almost like you're doing that simultaneous. Eight of Cups. Yeah, Eight of Cups coming out here for the outcome with the Ace of Wands. Exactly what I was just saying, this idea of what no longer serves me that I'm ready to walk away from, even like these emotional attachments. We see the Six of Cups as the obstacle. And so, yeah, and Devil card on the bottom of the deck saying, what has a hold on me right now that I need to sort of free myself from? And Ace of Wands, what is it that I want to set the intention for, going along with that Star card in reverse that fits with this evolution that you're experiencing within. So, I mean, Aries, this must be feeling, a little bit like you're doing some shadow work. You're sort of diving in deep through your reflection here to see where the foundation has some chips and some cracks, and where the foundation needs to be stronger, because it feels like you're about to sort of make some shifts around your direction, your intention, your priorities, where you're seeking yourself more than you're seeking connection with others to validate or confirm anything about yourself. This is very powerful, where it really feels like, we've got the Lovers in the past and the Devil here on the bottom of the deck for the outcome. That's a full circle right there. What may have felt like complementary energy and your authentic expression in the past, you may be looking at it now as saying, I've got to break free from that because that doesn't serve me anymore. I've changed, I've evolved, I've realized some things, and having the inner strength to trust what you've realized and set new intentions really feels like the strong message in your full moon reading here, Aries. Really interesting. Let's see what oracle cards will come out to guide and offer some wisdom here. Yeah, truth be told, nothing but the truth will do when we see this card. And as you can see, it's within. The truth you're carrying is shifting things here, Aries. And, you know, it's interesting to see how, excuse me, how that is sort of something that is working really closely with your authentic self. No place like home in reverse on the bottom of the deck. This is really a time where it feels like you're, you know, if you think of a house as sort of the metaphor here, you're going right down to the foundation and you're reestablishing right from the studs here. You're looking at the foundation. You're looking to see where things that, you know, may be there don't belong, or they may be cracked or damaged, or there may be some things that need to just get addressed and recognized with that world card in reverse, where there may be things that you've known, but you know, you may not have felt like it was time to take action, but I feel like you're feeling quite motivated looking at these cards. One more. Thinker. Yeah. You know, it's so true. Looking at these energies for the upcoming, it really does feel like you've been reflecting, and it feels like you're ready to take action on some things that you may know to be true because you've really been the observer. Oops, I just knocked the camera a little bit. With that Hermit card and this Observer card, you're looking at things from a different perspective than you may have, you know, up until recently. You know, this really may be showing you where there are patterns in your actions, in your relationships, patterns in how you express yourself, that you're ready to, you know, start moving forward in a different way. You're ready to release these patterns. The devil is here to show us that, you know, we can set ourselves free if we're willing to change the relationship we have with ourselves, which will then get reflected in the relationships we have with others. And that may have been the biggest driver here for you, Aries, is that the relationship with yourself has changed. The Moonology deck comes out with a time for healing. And on the bottom of the deck, full moon in Aries, a fiery climax is approaching with that Ace of Wands in the outcome. So Aries, this is such an interesting reading for your full moon energy, something to sit with, something to sort of grab a journal and a cup of tea and sort of start reflecting on what serves you, what doesn't serve you, what have you been realizing by being the observer, connecting with yourself and trusting what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what that truth is. As you set new intentions almost simultaneously, it feels like I'm seeing like a journal with two columns. You know, what am I ready to release and what are my intentions for what I want to create in that space? And, you know, there's no Tower card here. There's no Judgment card here. It really feels like this is something that you get to reflect on and set yourself free through your own intentions and actions and what you're ready to walk away from, even emotionally, that you've been able to sort of see the bigger picture from this mastery of your emotions. This is quite a message I have for you for the full moon. I hope it's been helpful, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you real soon for the next reading. Take care.